Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arushi Virani, and I will be your host for the evening. Season 1 of the T10 Cricket League has seen some of the most enthralling cricketainment ever. Sixes, fours, and wickets galore. The owners, coaches, players, and fans are all on the edge of their seats as the final picks are decided today. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the T10 Season II Players Draft 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my utmost pleasure to welcome on stage none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the Raja of cricket, the World Cup winner, the voice of modern day cricket, your co-host, Mr. Ramiz Raja.
Thank you for that lavish introduction. I feel really good and happy. Right, now what happened last year was sensational because as part of this T20 League and Journey, and so there were, T10 League and Journey, and so there were fours hit and sixes hit, and so we didn't even have time for a coffee break. It was such a sensational start to the league, and so best wishes to the organizers and best wishes to the coaches and the teams, and I'm sure we'll have another wonderful season.
The T10 Cricket League, cricket's hottest format, is all set for Season 2 Players Draft today in Dubai. Get your umbrella ready, guys. It's raining sixes in Sharjah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, last year we had a spread of 100 great players and 10-over format, which was quick, and we had great audience as well. And importantly, it is the only league where you have 11 international stars playing for one team. For me, that was a clincher. That really was a clincher. Because nowhere else in the world you'd see so many international stars under one roof playing for the most entertaining format. And so we hope that we'll see the same passion and same spread again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to call upon such a man. He is an accomplished businessman, ranked number 9 by Forbes, and Arabian Business ranks him in the top 10 richest and most powerful businessmen in Middle East with operations in over 100 countries. He has been contributing to the development of cricket in UAE for the last 35 years, which includes building cricket facilities, member of Emirates Cricket Board, owner of champion Al Bond Tigers, and now his biggest contribution to UAE and the world of cricket is the T10 League format. Put your hands together for lovable and an achiever, Nawab Shajul Mulk. May I invite Mr. Mulk to please come
Another milestone, another day, and what a wonderful sight here. Standing here, Season 2, another packed house, 100% attendance, and like Ramesh just said, there's one thing common in all of us. We are just cricket crazy lovers.
Pakhtoons, owned by Habib Khan and Tajuddin Khan. Welcome to the show. I'd like to share a montage now to show what the T10 Cricket League is all about, so please pay attention to the big screen.
The party's back for you. It's time for Season 2. Just swing the bat and overslap. Can you feel the rush? Bust up dust.
T10 League UAE.
खेल बदल गया है।
The clock is ticking. Dean Jones misspelled the name. Right, it's a good choice. Colin Munro from New Zealand. It's the ball a mile, Colin Munro. Very good choice, right?
I'm really happy to be here, especially attending the Season 2 draft. Also sitting beside the legend himself, Mr. Sunil, and thank you for having me. Season 1 went really great. It was better than what we expected, although it was a new format for us. It was a new idea, a new test, and it boomed. It worked really well. I was there personally and I attended almost every match, and I watched ball by ball because it was so easy to watch, 10 overs, and the 90-minute concept was very exciting. So I hope the fans can enjoy that as well.
It's good to be here in the T10 draft, you know, the second edition. Last year was just pure excitement, entertainment, and it's good to be back. You know, it's a sport where it's a nightmare for bowlers, I must say, but probably as captain I could choose who to bowl and when to bowl, but it's just an amazing tournament, and like I said last year, it's a tournament that could crack cricket into the Olympics, and not only that, also you could foresee higher T20 scores.
Right, who have we got next? Pakhtoons. And I see Shahid Afridi here on the table as well. Shahid, welcome. He's the T10 ambassador for the league, so big round of applause for Shahid Afridi. Right, he's another match winner on the day, extremely good all-round cricketer. We're talking about Andre Fletcher, so well done Pakhtoon. It's a very good choice.
Andre Fletcher has been picked by the Pakhtoons, but the man here is slightly disappointed. Sammy, you wanted him in your team, didn't you?
Well, you know, Fletcher played in 3 different teams with me around the world, and he's a guy I always love having in the team. And he not only brings his opening runs, opening the batting as a wicket keeper as well, but just his whole personality in the dressing room. He's one that could relax any dressing room for you, and he's a good guy to have in your team.
Right, Pakhtoons, are you guys ready? Well, he's a rock-solid Pathan, and he's Sohail Khan, Pakistan pacer.
With us, the team coach, Dean Jones, and we absolutely love your pick. On what basis have you picked Sohail Khan again?
Local boy, did very well last year in the T10s. He does bowl some different stuff and has a different pattern to bowl. So, and he's a Pathan, and that's what we are.
And you like out of the box?
We like to be a little bit different to most, but I like being loyal to players that have been good for this team, so we're going to continue down that line.
I couldn't agree better. Thank you.
Well, it's going fantastically well, and we are now approaching round 4. So the first pick belongs to Pakhtoon. Well, we know T10 League provides a great platform for young cricketers from Asia, particularly from Afghanistan, and Pakhtoons have picked Sharfuddin Ashraf from Afghanistan.
Dean Jones has picked a very young player from Afghanistan, Sharafuddin Ashraf. On what basis have you picked him up?
We've all done our homework on him. I was lucky enough to be in the Spagiza Cricket League and watch him play there, and I thought he was outstanding. He's been part of unfortunately, he's behind Rashid, Nabi, of course, and Mujib, and he's the next best spinner. And he hits it big, tall young lad, and I just like his temperament. So he's not quite as good looking as me, but we'll pick him anyway.
We can forgive him for that.
No, it should be a lot of fun, and it's good to see some of the Afghan boys playing.
Absolutely. Quite agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Just to mention that after the draft, we'll have a special dance from Dean Jones on Khatak dance. You know, he'll perform a Khatak dance for us. Right, Pakhtoons have got a name finally. Camlo Delport. Is that the name? Cameron Delport.
You look at the teams, how they're looking right now. The Pakhtoons are here. Sohail Khan, he is somebody who did really well in PSL as well. He can move the ball. He is probably one of the best new ball bowlers in this particular format. David Willey, again, somebody who provides you with both the options. Can use him to bat as well as bowl. Liam Dawson, he had a great run with Peshawar Zalmi. He was in great form for them. And then Chadwick Walton. It is looking like a side that has some really good batsmen, some really explosive batsmen, some guys who can actually turn the game around, and then even their pace battery, Muhammad Irfan and Sohail Khan, looking to be a really good team. Habib Khan, Pakhtoons, we were talking about Pakhtoons and how strong their team is looking, their squad is looking. Habib Khan is here with me. Habib Sahab, thank you so much for your time. I was going through the squad just right now. They've got a pretty solid lineup as well when you look at it, but most importantly, you have the brand ambassador of T10 in your side, Shahid Afridi.
Yes, of course, Shahid Afridi is the icon player, and he's the best player for all the format, especially T10. He played very well in the first season, and we expect him that he will also play again and he will rock.
And looking at the Pakhtoons as a brand, that's one team that you can really pull all the crowds in by. And you've got somebody like Dean Jones in your part of your team as well. Now he's somebody who's been with Islamabad United, and they've won 2 seasons in PSL. Was that one of the reasons why you brought him on board?
That's also one of the reason, and he is a well-disciplined coach. We have seen, and we believe that he will bring a lot of improvement in the players, and we expect that he will be the right coach for our
side.
Yeah,
Pakhtoons, again, I was talking about the brand, and you're talking about Sharjah. Last year, it was completely packed. There were so many people who turned up to watch all the games, and a lot of them were actually fans of Pakhtoon. So what is it about this Pakhtoon community that comes out to support you in massive numbers?
Well, Pakhtoon community is so much in UAE especially, and that was one of the reasons. There are a lot of workers, Pakhtoons here, and Pakhtoon community is also in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So we get support of different sides of Pakhtoon, from Quetta, from Peshawar, from Afghanistan side. So that's the reason they're more here.
And what can we expect differently? If you talk about Pakhtoons, we'll definitely talk about that. We'll come back to that. But Ramiz Raja is ready downstairs.
He's pretty strong and tall. Left arm pace from Afghanistan, Shapur Zadran. Pakhtoons pick.
talking about the Pakhtoon community, Habib sir. It's a very close-knit community when you look at it, and especially in terms of support. They're always out there to support their team, their boys. Where does that spirit come from?
Pakhtuns are very emotional and they are crazy about cricket, and the spirit is natural in them. So they are supporting their players very well, and they are really loving their players. So they come always whenever there is Pakhtoon match. They come from different part of UAE, from Abu Dhabi and Alain, and from different parts.
And when you look at your team combination this time, last year obviously you couldn't progress into the final stages, but this year what's been the difference? What are you doing differently to lift that trophy?
We made some good changes, and we have taken some good players this time, and we hope that this time we'll come up with a strong combination of a winning combination of our team. So we believe that inshallah we will take the trophy this time.
Well, we're coming into the final rounds of the T10 draft. Judging by how the teams have flown so far, there have been so many big names that you have. The T10 format, Habib Sahab, do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy watching? Do you enjoy being a part of this format?
Yes, of course. We really enjoyed the first season, and it's very entertainment. Every ball is having entertainment and suspense. It's a fast cricket, and I think these days people have very less time, so everyone is looking for a short format and entertainment format. So we have seen last year there were families coming around which we have not seen so far in T20 matches here. So I think this format will be very excited for many people, especially for youngs and especially for those who are working class. They have limited time, so 90 minutes is nothing, so it's available for everyone. Yeah.
Definitely, it is an entertaining format when we look at it. But thank you so much for your thoughts and views as well. When you look at the T10 format, how it's been successful last year, it's been able to pull so many crowds, and one of the reasons is because you have somebody like Boom Boom Afridi as part of your team as well. That is perhaps what T10 cricket is about. You get to see all the crowds, you get people to come in there and enjoy themselves. We can expect more of that this year as well.
Yes, definitely. You will expect more. And last year the awareness of T10 was not that much. Now a lot of people are excited to see the T10, and we'll see a bigger game than last year.
Yeah, definitely. We have 2 more teams this time, so that's going to be the exciting part. Thank you so much for your time, Habib Sahab. All the best. Well, the Pakhtoons have got a latest addition in the form of Shapur Zadran from Afghanistan, and lots of Pathans in this side. When you look at it, Sohail Khan and Shahid Afridi. Then you've also got somebody like Colin Munro right at the top. We know what he can do, completely change the tempo of any game. David Willey is there, Liam Dawson from England. It seems like a good mix. Chadwick Walton, we've seen his antics in CPL, more with his celebrations more than anything else. But it does seem like a solid combination when you look at it in the perspective of the kind of batsmen and all-rounders and bowlers that they have. Okay, that was Pakhtoons for you, but we are ready with the next pick, so let's go down to Ramesh Raja. Sorry.
Right. Pakhtoon's pick is Gulbadin Naib from Afghanistan. Right, Pakhtoons have got a name finally. Who's written this? Can't read this. Camlo Delport. Is that the name? Cameron Delport.
You look at the teams, how they're looking right now. The Pakhtoons are here. Sohail Khan, he is somebody who did really well in PSL as well. He can move the ball. He is probably one of the best new ball bowlers in this particular format. David Willey, again, somebody who provides you with both the options. Can use him to bat as well as bowl. Liam Dawson, he had a great run with Peshawar Zalmi. He was in great form for them. And then Chadwick Walton. It is looking like a side that has some really good batsmen, some really explosive batsmen, some guys who can actually turn the game around, and then even their pace battery, Muhammad Irfan and Sohail Khan, looking to be a really good team. I've got here with me in studio somebody who's better known for his red book. It's got all those notes up there. You can show the camera as well. All the.
It's still red.
It's still red. It's still red.
Has to go yellow, I think. So we'll see.
But he's become a global coach now. You're not restricted to one side. Dino, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time. Your association with Pakhtoons, we've seen you've got all the big names in the side, somebody like Shahid Afridi, so many others. But when you're choosing a team, what are you looking at?
That's a really good question, because we're playing a game that we don't know that well yet. We've only had a small sample size of T10. So I've done my analytics on that. And it's right down to the nth degree. Now, what do you mean by that? I said, well, we look at which bowlers got economy rates for right arm over, left arm quick, left arm Chinaman, left arm orthodox and leg breaks. And number one bowler without doubt has been proven as left arm pace, and that goes at 9.8 economy rate, compared to a right hand quick is 14 for the tournament. So we've gone for left arm bowlers in this, and that's what we've done. And we've also looked for leg break bowlers, and we've got, of course, Shahid, which is outstanding, and the next best is left arm orthodox. It goes for around about just on 11, and all the others go for 15 or 16. Already in the 16 runs per over, we're talking about economy rates. So the numbers are. I'm a bit into analytics, and that's the reason why we've gone. And also, it's all about power hitters, and we can't be shut down by leg spinners and guys who leg spinners have been very good and left arm orthodox. So we picked a lot of left hand batsmen to stop that or counteract that as well. So that's basically been the tactics to coming into this.
One of the things that a lot of the people who've already been part of the format were talking about is because it's such a short format, not every batsman gets a chance to actually go out there. So was that one of the factors that you were looking at, when choosing the side? Yeah,
it's what we've seen in the last two teams, or the last top three teams in last year's T10, is that the top two batsmen have done well and the bottom two bowlers done well. If you've got your bookends, the ones on each end of your team, you've got a chance of actually going and win the game. So no number 11 has faced a ball in T10 cricket. So don't worry about the batting if he can bowl well. That's why we went to guys like Irfan, not the greatest batsman as you know, or Shapur, same. But they can bowl at 140 clicks and they can reverse it if they need to. So which guys play well at this particular area?
What about somebody like Shahid Afridi, Dino? I mean, he's just turned 16. He's probably somebody who literally every year, I think he goes in backward direction. The guy just does not get old.
I don't know what he's on, but we need to talk to him about this wonderful DNA that he's got. Look, he wasn't fit at all for the Canadian Premier League. He needed a bit of a break. He's given his body a bit of a break, and I've had a good couple of hours with him already today and talked about his rehab on his body to get himself right again, because he still loves the game and he doesn't want to play the game half fit either. We saw that a little bit in the PSL, we saw that a little bit in the Canadian Premier League, and I don't want him to be remembered on the last few tournaments that he played. I want people to remember that all the great things that he's done for Pakistan cricket. So he needed to get fitter, and he is, so he tells me. So just got to get some balls into him and get him whacking a little bit and we'll be good to go.
Now we've seen your success rate as a coach. You know, you've won 2 seasons with Islamabad United and PSL as well. And we've been having a lot of debate before you came in terms of what is the role of the coach. Is it actually teaching them how to play the cricket? Is it inspiring them? So I want to hear it from the man himself. What is the role of a coach?
I don't like the word coach. I'm more of a manager, I think, really. I'm an educator. I try to make players match awareness of things that they did well and things that they don't do well. I never assume that the young guys of today know how to play the game. We've already seen in the Asia Cup, they're making so many mistakes at the death overs, particularly Afghanistan, with all due respect, have played beautifully right throughout the Asia Cup. But they're making little mistakes under fatigue in the last couple of overs. It's probably cost them some big games against Bangladesh and Pakistan. So I bring that up on the next day. We sit down and we go through the what ifs. What happens if the opposition needs 4 runs off the last or 2 runs off the last ball? What's the field? Where are we going to bowl to? So we want to have a go-to plan for them, not just to think off the top of the head. I live in a country where there's a lot of fire. We get bushfires and people panic. So I've got it on my wall, and we had a bushfire recently. So I just went straight to the wall, tick all the boxes. What have we got next? We've got to do this next, got to do that next. And that's where I like to program my team. So they're fully aware of anything that might pop up, that they execute the skills and we know what to do.
And it's also about executing those skills in pressure situations. You know, like we see a lot of teams who are generally good on paper, but they can't perform under pressure.
Yeah, some guys own pressure and some guys are quite relaxed at the thing, whether you're chasing 40 runs off the last 20 balls or you need 15 off the last over. And Andre Russell, for example, did that in the Pakistan Super League for us to win and got us going throughout PSL, and we never really lost a match from then on. So, and you get, for example, like Pakistan, who I think are playing with a bit of fear at the moment. Not against India, but they're just playing. They're frightened to execute.
How do you break those shackles? If somebody's bogged down and is not being able to deliver to their potential?
Well, the bottom line, you've got to sit them down in a relaxed situation. We had it for Islamabad at the start of the season to play without fear. And playing without fear says, look, if you play along this line and you want to play like this and it doesn't go properly, I'm not going to drop you because this is the way we want you to play. So just play. If you think you can hit him over the top of the bowler's head, go for it. If you can lap sweep him and your gut feels it goes like that, play like that. Because I look at these guys' numbers, and if they've got strike rates of over 140 runs per 100 balls, then you've got to actually start to sit back and think, well, the gut instincts that tell your brain are right. Trust them, play your shots, execute. And then you talk about balance and poise and all that type of stuff. But that's basically what we need to do.
You look at the evolution of cricket as well, how it's evolved. Now the formats are becoming shorter and shorter and shorter. You've got T10. There were people saying you might even see T5. So it's literally changing what people are watching. People are looking for entertainment. And what are your thoughts on the evolution?
Well, I think T10 cricket might be perfect for maybe the Commonwealth Games / even the Olympics, because if it goes for 90 minutes, it's exactly what they want. And I think if we're honestly dead set serious of growing this great game throughout the southern parts of Asia, we're talking about Hong Kong and Japan, Korea, China, then this might be the game for them. They love baseball, we know that works, but so this is not too far away with all due respect to T10. So, and then the only team that's pushed India this year in the Asia Cup has been Hong Kong, and yet they don't get the money from the ICC and they don't get the love, and they've lost their ODI status. So maybe they actually proved that, hang on, they have got some good coaching, they have got some good kids, put a little bit of money in that zone and maybe the T10 will work for them. So I still think the vehicle of T10, particularly for the Commonwealth Games, or maybe the Olympic Games will work.
It's definitely a way of globalizing the sport. Thank you so much for your time, Dino. All the best with Pakhtoon.
Thank you.